Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I am running just about a minute or so behind from where I normally am on a Wednesday evening. I apologize. I was working on something and I'm like, I got plenty of time. I'm just going to finish this last little bit. And of course I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 7:30. I got to go live. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please come on in. Please introduce yourself. Let me know where you're watching from. My name is Jaimie. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator in upstate New York, which is beautiful right now. I think we're in peak right now. I think this is the peak week of fall and foliage and all things beautiful. It just makes me so happy. You have no idea. I get like a little kid. I get all giddy when it's this time of the year. So please let me know you're watching. Denise is here. Amy's here. Thank you so much for sharing, Kay. Appreciate it. Heather's here. Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Wednesday, Christy. I don't know why. You know, like how you get like a bug in your head? Today felt like a Thursday. I wasn't going to forget to do the live, but I was just like, I think it's Thursday. I think I'm hoping it's one step closer to the weekend. This weekend, I have my fall frenzy retreat. So excited about it. So I'm a little anxious. I'm ready to get going. Let's do it. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Okay, so a couple of announcements before we get started. So two things. Right now, for like another, 5 hours or so, until 11:50 Central Time. Hi, Rosie. There is a one-day stamp set sale. Say that 10 times fast. Happening right now. It ends tonight, 11:50. Did I say Central Time? I meant Mountain Time. If I said Central Time, I apologize. 15% off all cling stamps from the annual catalog. I didn't count them. There's a slew of them. I should have counted them, but there's a lot. 15% off, and that includes if you're getting the starter kit. So if you have considered joining and being a demonstrator, now is a great time because you're going to really maximize your value and get even more bang for your buck with the stamp set sale. Woo! I know, Tina. Next one. I'm already in the works for planning the next one. Believe it or not, we've already started talking about it and kind of nailing down like the basics, like the date and that sort of thing. So this isn't the first. It's not the last. There'll be another one coming. And we certainly, if you missed it, we hope you can join then. So stamp sale going on right now. A. B. This week, I decided to try something different. I've been wanting to do, hey, Lindsay, I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, and I was just like, I don't know if they're going to like it. I don't know. It's kind of different. It's not what I normally do. I'm not a huge fan of change. I like my routine and how I do things. Anyways, so this week, I decided to highlight a product and showcase it 5 different ways over the course of my Monday through Friday blogging, which I do normally. So I'm showcasing the Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper, which is really just like a fun, it has a nod to traditional colors and style and whatnot, but it's also like has these like cat and dog patterns and kind of fun, whimsical patterns and designs as well. I'll show you when I flip you down. Oh, did I not bring it? Oh, wait, there it is. Hold on. Okie dokie. So on Monday, I showed a very simple card. Okay, simple layout, basic. Great way to use your designer series paper is to use it as like a primary focus on your card. So I hear this so often. I have so much designer paper. Oh, my thing is out. Gravy. I have so much designer paper. I don't need any more, blah, blah, blah. I hear it all the time, and I get it too. I have so much. A great way to use it is to put it as like your card front, a major piece of your card design, okay? So that's what I did on Monday. Then yesterday for my YouTube live, sorry, I gotta grab it. I used the mini paper pumpkin boxes, and I created either a treat holder or a gift holder, either one works, and with this cute little belly band. And then I used the paper, the same paper primarily, oop, that's tomorrow's project in there. I used it primarily to decorate my box. So again, I have so much designer paper, I don't know what to do with it. Get some mini paper pumpkin boxes, decorate the heck out of them, and you'll use a ton of it up. And you know, it's so much better than just popping it in like a gift bag or whatever. This really makes things like super special. You can fit treats in this, gifts in it, whatnot. So I showed this yesterday for part of my YouTube live. Then today I'm going to make this card for you, which is just showing you another way to use the designer paper in kind of a fun, different way. Tomorrow on my blog is going to be Christmas tags. Oh, it's so fun. And then Friday, oh my gosh, Friday. Should I show you? I don't know if I can kind of give you like a corner glimpse. Friday, I'm going to share with you a scrapbook layout. Scrapbooking is like my first love, and I usually only do it once a year, but I decided that I loved this paper, and a great way to showcase paper is in a scrapbook layout. So here's the thing. I've been very vague all week. This coming Tuesday in my weekly tips and updates email, I'm going to give you all the tutorials for all 5 projects. I'm going to give you the cardstock and DSP measurements. I'm going to tell you every single detailed element that you need, every product you need, and then give you a step-by-step instructions on how to put all 5, including the scrapbook layout, together, okay? I'm just going to give you that because I love you and I want to share this. It's been just a really fun to kind of create all this for you this week. But it's going to go out in my weekly tips and updates email, which means if you haven't signed up for it, you're not going to get it. So what am I going to say to you? Go sign up for it. If you go to freebies.jaimieb.com, JAIMIEB.com, it's going to bring you a link right up to sign up for my weekly email. This goes out usually Tuesday night, sometimes Wednesday morning if I'm running a little behind. And you're going to get all the details. Okay, so freebies.jaimieb.com. Okay, are you ready? Should we get started? I'm super excited. Okie dokie. Let me flip my phone around here. Give me a second. I always struggle a little bit, and then we'll get going on the card. Oh, Beth, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you so much. My phone's a little tilted. Hold on. Let me see if I can correct it. There we go. That's so kind of you to say. Are we drooping? We're slowly drooping, but I think we're good. Okay. I'm going to move my seat up. I hope I don't sniffle. I apologize. I just had a full-on sneezing attack before I went live, and so now my nose is all, you know, things that you don't really want to know, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Hey, Lisa, good evening. Okay, here's my card tonight, okay? It's really a simple design when you break it down. Again, in the Tuesday email, I'm going to give you all the exact measurements that you need. But this is what we're using with. It uses 3 patterns from the Sweet Stockings Designer Series paper. Of course, I would prefer you to use that, but you can use the same basic layout for any of your designer paper. You could switch it up and do a happy birthday and have some balloons here in the corner or whatever. And then I brought in the Merriest Moments bundle here to create my poinsettia in the corner and then for my sentiments. So if it looks familiar, it should. So it is a nod to this card that I did, oh gosh, I don't know, a while ago. Maybe a month or so ago, maybe more. I couldn't tell you. This uses the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, but same basic layout. Oh, I forgot to take out my stuff. Oops. But I did switch things up a little bit. I did emboss this one, and then I used a die to cut out the sentiment. But here's the thing. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. My nose is... Here's the thing. When we are card making, and if you got my weekly email on Tuesday, I mentioned this, it doesn't mean we have to reinvent the wheel every time. Find a card that you like, use elements from it, take it kind of as a jumping point and create. So I really loved this layout, and I was like, well, I'm just going to switch up the paper and a couple of the elements, and I'm going to go do that. And so, you know, crafting and paper crafting specifically shouldn't be stressful. It should be a stress relief. So, you know, try and make it easy on yourself. Okie dokie. Here we go. Ready? Oh my goodness, I can't pick up anything. my card base. Oh, let me show you what I didn't score this. Squirrel. Do you hear the squirrel? The colors I'm working with today: Cherry Cobbler, Bumblebee, Old Olive. I have to say Bumblebee I probably wouldn't have normally thrown in a Christmas card, but it is in the designer paper, and so I pulled those colors right out. I could have pulled the pool party, but I like the pop of yellow, which is, ooh, like, did I even just say that? Okay, I have to score this quickly. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking with steam. A thick, basic white card base. Anytime you're using white as a card base, the thick basic white is what would be recommended. It's a little thicker and sturdier. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And just going to score that. And then I have a separate piece of basic white 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that I already embossed using the Tasteful Textile embossing folder. Gosh, I use this a lot. You've seen me use it a lot. It's probably my most favorite embossing folder. I love it so, so much. And anytime you're embossing a card front, as opposed to embossing this piece right here, I would suggest that you do a separate panel. Maybe not this embossing folder necessarily, but some of them that have a lot of detail in them will actually really warp your paper. And so if you do the card front itself, there's a good chance that your paper is going to be warped, and you don't really like that. I don't really like that. I would agree, Heather, of the yellows. Let me just look at my yellows. Unless I'm doing a sun. If I'm doing a sun, it has to be like Daffodil Delight. But if I'm just looking for a yellow, my go-to is probably Bumblebee, which will be retiring, in not too long, which is kind of sad. Okay, so this is going to go on my card front, like so. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, yes, this is what I want to do next. I have my 3 pieces of designer paper, and when put together, they do form, they all sort of fit together, like, I hope. Why does that not look like it fits together? That is not the right measurement. Hold on. One of my measurements is wrong. Either these or this. Hold on a second. Let me just look at my cheat sheet. That's that. Oh, this one's wrong. Okay, hold on. I cut this one wrong. Good thing I had my cheat sheet here still. That would be bad. Okay, let me just trim this down. Sorry, I cut it at the wrong measurement. Okay, now they should all sort of fit together. Okay, phew. They do. Good. With a little bit of space in between. I'm not matting necessarily. You could. This could be matte on a separate piece, which then gets adhered to your card front. I'm just going to put these straight on, okay? I want to sort of find the center and get a feel for where these puppies are going, because I'm going to adhere them down with dimensionals. And anytime you're adhering down with dimensionals in a very particular spot, like if you're matting or whatnot, it can be a little tricky. And so I'm going to kind of map it out ahead of time and leave the panels there. And then I'm going to use a ridiculous amount of dimensionals. I'm just warning you ahead of time, okay? Like, it's just going to be way more than I need, but I'm kind of like a dimensional, I don't know, dimensionalaholic, I guess. So I'm going to pull these off. And then if you do have a pair of inverted tweezers, they really do help when trying to get exact placement. I will admit that, because you can kind of hold off as opposed to me like holding this and trying to, my fingers are in the way. Whereas inverted tweezers will kind of slide in nicely. So we're going to go like there. Okay. Again, way more dimensionals than we probably need, but, I'd rather have too many than have it sagging. Whoops. Pull these guys off. Very simple layout. Again, I've mentioned this in past videos that I just love simple designs with some kind of hidden elements, not necessarily hidden, but elements that aren't necessarily like jumping out at you. More subtle details, I guess, is my aesthetic. Interesting that I didn't adhere them to cards. You mean like matting them, Catherine Lee? I know. Hey, every now and then you got to switch it up. I mean, I got to keep you on your toes. Yes, Judy, I hate when it sags too. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, let me just go conservative and I don't put as many on. And then the middle's like, meh. And then I'm like, that's what I get for trying to be conservative with my dimensionals. I should have just loaded them up and then I wouldn't be kicking myself. I know, I do too, Catherine Lee. I do. I really love matting. And when I don't, it looks kind of odd. But I think that what doesn't bother me about, I'm going to flip it over to do this one. What doesn't bother me about this is that there's dimensionals. So you do kind of get this little shadowing underneath. It's not necessarily a matte, but it's kind of like a shadow effect. You'll think that sagging is just... Oh, I'm there. I am there. I am feeling 40, everyone. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I woke up this morning and I couldn't even put any weight on my left knee. I can't even tell you the pain that I felt. And I was like, oh my gosh, 40 is just, I'm feeling it. I said to my husband, I think we need to try going gluten-free to see if we can get our aches and pains to go down a little bit. Oh, I 100% agree, Judy. I love matting. I think it sets, you know what I mean? A card off nicely and really makes things like pop, right? But even like when I do my scrapbooking, you'll see tomorrow, my pictures are matted. I have to almost always, if I don't matte pictures on a scrapbook layout, it just looks weird to me. So I don't know. I have issues. I really am like addicted to matting. It's bad. Okay. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. I feel much better. I just needed to kind of like, I don't know, wake my knee up or something. I don't know. Okay, so I am using the Merriest Moments here. Let me show you. Oh, goodness. It's all like falling out. Oh, my goodness. What is going on here? Hold on. We're having issues. There we go. Okay, so this is great sort of layering and intertwining images. I love, 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 love the sentiments. I love the font. I love the simple joy up here. I'm using, where is it? A Joyful Christmas to You on the inside. I just love the set. I love the bundle, and I've done a couple cards using the bundle. I think it's just so much value in that bundle. But even without using like the frame dies, I think it's just a really fun set to have. So I'm going to stamp my poinsettias. There's 2 of them in Cherry Cobbler ink. One's bigger, as you can imagine. One is smaller, as you can imagine. In the smaller one, while I have it, where is it? There is this little like dots. Oh, thanks, Judy. Appreciate it. Feeling the love. Little dots, and I'm just going to stamp that right in the center here. Oh, me too. I think it's just stunning, and I think there's just about a bajillion things you can do with it. And that is a technical term, and you can quote me on that. No, just kidding. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm not done. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to stamp the leaves. I should have done some of these ahead of time. I'm sorry. It's going to take me a moment to cut everything out. There's a bigger leaf and then a smaller leaf. Now, here's the thing. Okay. I am always getting things confused. You know that. You've been here before. You've watched my videos. I get the names of things all discombobulated all the time. But I do know that those are holly leaves, right? I mean, I think they are. Watch you correct me and say they're not holly leaves. I'm pretty sure they're holly leaves. And that technically they aren't the leaves that go with a poinsettia, right? But whatever. It's artistic and I wanted it that way. So that's what we're doing. But technically I think these are more the leaves that I guess are supposed to go with it. Now I'm second guessing myself. I think they are. Wait, they are what? They are holly leaves or they are poinsettia leaves? Now, oh, I almost dropped it. That would have been bad. Wait, which one, Joanne? Are they the holly leaves or not the holly leaves? Okay, I'm going to get all sorts of dies out to do some cutting. Look, it's been very well used, well loved. Big poinsettia, small poinsettia, bumble. They are holly leaves. Okay. Well, you know what? They don't technically go with the poinsettia, but they're all festive and all Christmas-like. And we're going to say, you know what? They belong together. I said so. As we've learned in my past stamping experiences, that it's artistic. And when something is artistic, anything goes, right? Okay, so I'm going to just off screen here. You got to give me a moment. There's a lot to cut out, so it's going to be just a second. And I got to line them all up. So give me a moment. And I don't want to mess it up because I'm going to have to restamp, so I'm going to try and take my time. I'm trying to see if I can do multiple ones at once. We'll see how good I am. No guarantee, that's for sure. Okay, I was able to get 3 out at once, so we'll take those and then we'll do the other 2. Oh, goodness. I showed you my plates last week. They're so imprinted on, I can't, like, the paper doesn't slide out of them. I have to use my paper snips, like, as a spatula. It's so bad. I did buy new ones, but I don't know. There's something about using new plates. It's like I bought them because I needed them, but then now I don't want to use them. Oh, boy. Let's see here. Is that it? There we go. What did Heather say? I make you chuckle. Did you use washi tape? On cutting them out, Tina? On cutting them out? I don't actually. I don't actually. They look perfect to you. They stay flat when they're all chewed up. But they're so boogered up. Like, hold on, I'll show you. So, like, I can't get them off. The things, watch them come right up. No, see, they stay. And then, oh, that one came up. And that one, okay. Now I'm a liar. But normally they're, like, glued on there. And so I have to, like, spatula them up. It's so bad. I did buy new ones. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know. Hold on. I forgot to get my pearls and stuff. I'm telling you, I was working on that project right before the live, and I'm like, I've got plenty of time. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's like 7:30. Okay, we're just going to do some layering. Jude, you're funny. I keep it real, that's all. I am who I am. Usually it's a hot mess. Okay. You sure? I'm not using my fingernails? No way. I use my paper snips. Yes. So Tina, that's a great tip, is to hold them down with washi tape. There's also, like, I think it's like post-it tape, I think, as well, which might work even a little better, because sometimes, washi tape can actually peel cardstock sometimes. So I have heard of, I think Amy has it, maybe, I don't know, post-it tape, but yes, those would work very well as also. So when you're lining up your, post-it tape is awesome. Yeah, I need to get some of that. Oh my goodness. So the larger poinsettia, I don't know, there's like these 3 that are kind of on one side and 3 that are kind of on the other. And then there's these 2 sort of spaces here. And then on the smaller one, there's kind of like 2 that are together, 2 that are on the opposite side, and then like ones that are single. So I line the ones that are single, these 2, into that space here. Again, in my head, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm probably way overcomplicating this. Yeah, I need to get some. I really need to get some. Yep. Okie dokie. So, how did I do this? I don't even know how I did this. I think I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive and then catch my holly leaves. We'll do one there, and then maybe one opposite it, like there. How's that look? That one looks really, I probably should have put the smaller one there. And then, I think I put them right on the DSP. Oh, wow. I guess you can do it either way. I don't know. So, I did it not how I did it. So, in my sample, I put the holly leaves, I think, right on the designer paper, and then the bumblebee one as well. But, I don't know. I switched it up and did it I adhered them all together. For the twine, look at this. This is all I have left of the gold. Are you sad for me? I'm very sad for me. I've used it a little bit. I've used it a lot of it. I have the silver one here. This is really beautiful. It does kind of have a mind of its own. So when we are weaving it around, you can't really mess with it too much because in the end, it's going to do what it wants to do. But I'm going to put some liquid, this isn't liquid glue. Why am I calling this liquid glue? Seal there. I'm going to cut this way longer than I need it, but it's easier to maneuver. And I'm going to kind of have a tail hanging down. Sounds weird. Have a tail hanging down, catch the adhesive, loop, catch the adhesive, loop, catch the adhesive. And then before I cut and snip, I think it might be a little small. Actually, it might be kind of perfect. I'm just going to kind of see, do I like the placement? Do I like how it looks? Because if I don't, I can always pull it right back up and just keep playing with it. Your adhesive kind of will wear out eventually. It's not forever lasting, but it will work. Yeah, it really does. It's not stiff. I mean, it's totally bendable, but I don't know how to describe it. It does kind of do what it wants to do. So, okay, let's try this again. I think I'm going to go more that way with it. So that way, loop, catch your adhesive, loop, catch your adhesive. And let's see if that's any better. Oh my goodness, Karen, no worries. Okay, that's better. Now, here's another trick to really make sure it's not going anywhere. You can always take a little bit of washi tape. I just happen to have Terran tape here. Hey, Liz, howdy. I'm using Terran tape because I just happen to have it right here. And then you can just kind of go over that. It's not really needed, but with this twine, maybe I would suggest doing it again because it really does have a mind of its own. It's going to do what it wants no matter what, but you don't want it pulling off. And my poinsettias hide all that. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this down with dimensionals. I don't want to catch the twine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dimensionals actually right on my DSP here and kind of work them around where my twine is. If I catch the twine when I put my dimensional down, it's not going to lay flat. It's going to be a little bumpy. You know what I mean? Oh, it totally has a mind of its own, Karen. It's like, whoa. It's like a 16-year-old teenager. I'm just saying. Maybe because I almost have one in my house. I should have said a 15-year-old teenager. Maybe because I have one in my house. And that's why I'm comparing it. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. She's a great girl. I don't know where my mini dimensionals are. Okay, we're going to go with another big one and hope that it's not too big. I can't find my minis. My dimensionals are my new bone folder. Remember, like, I could never remember my bone folder for a live. I could never find it. Well, I seem to not be able to find dimensionals either. Okay, so peel those off. And then, I don't know, don't overthink it. Plop it down. Ooh, maybe not quite so rough. Don't get ahead of yourself. These pearls, oh my goodness, I love them too so much. I could, Karen, I could. I might like shudder. I might have like a little shudder. Totally teasing. Okay, so let's get a couple of pearls going here. I love these so much. I use metallics a lot in my holiday Christmas card making, so pearls are a great addition. There aren't too many silver. Let's see here. There's like rhinestones, but silver. Oh, I think we have epoxy shapes, but I love these pearls. I use them a lot. Okay, for the sentiment, I'm pulling another sentiment right from the Merriest Moments. Oh, I didn't get I forgot everything tonight. I didn't take out the rectangles, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to do that in a second. I'm going to stamp the season greetings in Cherry Cobbler. I'm laughing because I almost butchered the name, but I caught myself, so I didn't make a complete fool of myself. Okay, hold on, I gotta find my rectangles. Here they are. I have like the old school rectangles and like the old plastic container, so I can find them easily because they're the only ones that have that textured plastic. Yes, Catherine Lee. Whole dimensional people unite. You're my people. Oh my goodness. We got to stick together. That's all I know is these people, these half dimension people are ganging up on us. They're trying to make us go to the dark side. I refuse. Okay. We are card making here. See, I get sidetracked and I become silly. I'm using the rectangle. It's like a little over an inch by about 3 inches or so. And I'm going to put that right on here to cut it out. I do apologize. I know when I cut it out, it makes the camera shake. So I apologize. And of course, we're going to use dimensionals. Of course. One day, but not today. One day maybe, but not today. Okay, I'm going to put the dimensionals right on my designer paper again because I don't want it falling in the cracks here. That'll make it not adhere properly. So I'm going to kind of guesstimate a line here. You're too cheap. They're like $4. They're $4. That's funny. But don't you feel like you have to put more on because they're smaller? I don't know. I feel like we need to have a panel of like like someone representing the whole dimensionals and someone representing the half dimensionals. And we just need to have like a debate. No, totally kidding. Maybe. Okay, here we go. That's going on straight, hopefully. Perfect. Our front is done. I'm going to stamp the sentiment on the inside. Whoops, sentiment on the inside in cherry cobbler ink. It's all psychological. It is. Oh, it totally is. Without a doubt. In both camps. For both camps. Here we go. Oh, I totally mounted the wrong, not the wrong. I mean, there's no right or wrong, but not necessarily the sentiment I thought I was using. They work just, I know they work as well, but don't you have to put more on because they're not covering as much space? I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. I don't know about if you know this about me, but I am extremely stubborn. Okay, there's my inside. Different than what I thought. I thought I was doing the Joyful Christmas, which is the one. Oh, no, I did that one there too. How did I get it in my head that I was using the Joyful Christmas sentiment? I don't know. Okay, for just to wrap things up, we're going to do the envelope. And I did cut it out, but where is it? I did cut out a piece of DSP for it. Hold on. I know, oh, there it is. Okay, I'm like, I know I cut it because I actually was very proud of myself for remembering. There we go, Catherine. Yes, I love it. It's the best. Oh my goodness. We have facts. We have facts on our side. Oh my goodness. She's building a case. Are you a lawyer? Okay, for our, I'm sorry. I cannot pull it together. That was too funny. Okay, hold on. For the envelope, 2 1/4 by 6 will be what we need for it to fit. I'm going to put some or a lot, not too close to the edge because it will ooze a little bit. You don't want it to ooze like completely out. So I'm taking, you could have taken any number of those patterns, but my favorite I think is just the cherry cobbler one. It's just very traditional. Thanks, Trina. Appreciate it. And it does match, but I could have used the pool party. I could have used the, what are those called? Christmas lights. Any of them. You have options. And then we're just going to trim this off and we will be done. As I'm wrapping up here, if you've been watching and would like a chance to win tonight's card, make sure you just, add a comment of some sort. Could even be an emoji if you don't want to actually write anything. All your names will go into hat and one lucky winner will win. Just a reminder that the one-day sale does end tonight, 11:50 Central Time. And to get all the exact measurements for the card tonight, as well as all the other projects this week on my blog, make sure you go to freebies.jaimieb.com so you get my weekly email. Okay, look at that. I timed it perfectly. I finished and the card was done. You think I tried this? Okay, so we are done, everyone. What do you think? And look, ready for this? I know you're going to Oh, Mountain. Did I say Central Time again? Good gravy. 11:50 Mountain Time. Thank you, Heather. I think I said Central Time before earlier. I actually did the envelope for my sample card too. Tina. Look at that. What do you think? Okay, so all the measurements. Make sure you are getting my weekly email. And thank you everyone so much for joining me tonight. I will be back. Let me think. Next week? Yeah, I'll be back next week. Will you be here next week? I hope you are. We'll see you then, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.